Morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. I still haven't made a new introduction, or intro for my video, so you just get me straight off. Hopefully, I can find some time. We've been very busy with Easter weekend, and so I haven't had much time to even think about doing it. So maybe next week I'll get a chance to do that. I'm not sure. I hope so. Anyway, today, what was I busy with? I've done so much. I honestly don't know what I've been busy with, but I do know I made a Jello cheesecake for our dessert for tomorrow, and I made a small one for um, Cal and Ashley. Ashley is out of the hospital and she is at home, but of course she has to do some recovery because she had a C-section, so she has to do some recovery. So she's at home. So they're not coming over, but we're going to give them their dinner all prepared and deliver it to them. I shouldn't say that's a very horrible thing for me to be doing. Anyway, so I made a Jello cheesecake. Now, not the Jello cheesecake like you buy in the store with the Jello cheesecake. I actually use a Jello package and make the Jello. And then I make cream cheese and whipped cream, and I mix them all together. So I did peach, and then I will top it with a little bit of peach pie filling or fresh peaches if you had them. I just have a pie filling, so I'll put a little pie filling on the top. So that's what we're having for dessert, and I got that made today. We're going to have ham, which I've got now sitting in the fridge. I have the glaze made, and it is sitting beside it in the fridge. It's already in the tinfoil pan that I'm going to cook it on. I always do that because then you don't have any cleanup with the glaze sticking, because it's a sweet glaze and it sticks to the pan, and just it's awful to clean. So I put a piece of parchment on the inside so I can get the ham off no problem, and I don't worry about the pan. I can throw it away. Anyway, so I've got the ham in the fridge, the glaze made, ready just to put on it when it goes into the oven. I have we're going to have scalloped potatoes, and I have my onions all sliced and then put into a container with a very tight fitting lid. But they're raw. And then I have my potatoes and carrots that I've been sliced, and they're covered with water, and they're in the fridge. So in the morning, I'll put the ham in the fridge. Ham in the fridge. I'll put the ham out of the fridge. I'll put the ham into the oven, cook it first. When it's finished, I'll bring it out. I will parboil my potatoes and carrots because then they don't take so long in the oven. I will make my sauce for the scalloped potatoes, which is the only thing I basically left to do. And then I will assemble the scalloped potatoes. Ham comes out, they go in. And I'm just going to do frozen corn on the top of the stove. Super easy. And I've got it all prepared now, so it's going to be easy. Only thing I have to do is the sauce for the scalloped potatoes. So that should be easy tomorrow, but it did take a little bit of time today, so I'm glad that I did that. Then we've been doing spring cleaning, and you sort of get the fever when you get a couple of nice days, and we've had a few nice days. So we've been doing some spring cleaning, and Claudine fixed up a piece of furniture. She painted it all. It's wicker furniture, but she painted the outside of it all black, and then the wood color of the wicker. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. She did a wonderful job on that. So she brought that in tonight and placed it where we wanted it placed. We've got a few things that we're going to move around. I want my workstation to have my little table and stuff in it, but my little area here was looking kind of cluttered. So I took it and put it upstairs, and I said, I'm only going to bring it out when I'm working on it, and then I will put it back up there. It's on a rolling wheels. So then I'll put it back up in my room when I'm not working on it. So I did that, and that's pretty much my day. I think that's about all I did. And of course, the usual, you do your bedding if it needs to be done, which mine didn't. I had done it just the other day. And sweep and mop the floors and, regular stuff like that. So kept us going, but she's got her friend Marilyn over, and they're out in the garage having a game of dice. And Marilyn had come in and she did up all my dishes while I was working on the cheesecake, which was a lovely surprise. And then I dropped a little container that had graham cracker crumbs in it, and I dropped it. It was glass, shattered everywhere. So we had to sweep that up really quickly because we didn't want the dog to get into it. So we put the dog in Claudine's room and swept up the floor and whatnot. I'm telling you, if I don't drop something, it's a miracle for that day. Anyway, I have dropped plenty of things today, and I've made quite a few messes, but we've managed to get them all cleaned up. That's the way I do it. I make the mess, but I clean it up. And we changed the living room around a little bit. Yoshi is now in the corner again. He likes to have a view of the street. I know that sounds silly with a bird, but he likes it when he can see out on the street and see the wild birds, I guess. And so we moved him over to where he's closer to the window. He's very happy with that. I think in the summertime he might be a little warm and we might have to move him out a little bit, but for now he's doing good. So that's Yoshi. Mary Jane, she's a cat. She we never see her when she does come out. She is adorable, but she likes to play in the middle of the night. So we'll be sound asleep and all of a sudden we'll hear her galloping down the hall, chasing some little fluff ball that she's found. She's a scream. She's so much fun to watch. Anyway, the lovely grandchild Aurora is still in the NICU, and so she's doing really, really well. Her weight was very good, but she has to reach a couple of milestones, and when she reaches those milestones, she'll be able to come home. It was very hard, I'm sure, on Ashley to leave the baby at the hospital and come home, but that's what you have to do, and then she'll go back every day, and she'll be with her. And it's going to be just a lot of traveling back and forth and whatnot, but she has to recover herself as well. So it will all work out the way God wants it to work out. And we are just so blessed that we have a healthy little one. And she is so gorgeous. I don't even know. Her little lips all pursed up and everything. Oh, she was just so sweet. We're not allowed to go in to visit her, of course, in the NICU, so we have to wait till she comes home so we can have a physical visit with her. But I get lots of pictures, and I just keep looking at them, and that's the joy of my life is, having these grandchildren. That's wonderful. And I have a grown-up granddaughter that is 24 years old, and it's so nice to be able to sit and visit with her as an adult. And so you get it in every stage. When they're little babies, they're so cute and adorable and you love them. Then they get to be toddlers and you realize, oh, they're powerful energy in there, and then they calm down and they become teenagers and start to form their personalities. Just it's a miracle to watch that all. And I know that I'm not likely to see the growing up of these two grandchildren, so I'm very lucky to have had the time with Ivy that I've had, and I enjoy very much watching her. And she has grown into such a nice lady. And such a nice lady. She's very responsible, and she manages or co-manages or assistant manages or something a pet store. And she's really wonderful. And she's very helpful on the computer. That's the other thing. She's very helpful on the computer. She'll come up and try to get me going when I've muddled up somewhere. Anyway, tomorrow is Easter, and I want to wish you all the very best. Happy Easter. I hope that if you have family that you're able to get together, and if you can't get together, just think about one another and tell a story or two. I wonder if I have an Easter story. Let me just think for a minute. I do have one Easter story. I think I might have told it to you last night, actually. I'm not sure. I can't remember. If I did, that's just me, again, doing stupid stuff because I don't remember. Anyway, the last time I ate this Jell-O cheesecake, I had made it for Easter dinner, and it was like probably 25 years ago. It was way, way long ago. I can tell you how long ago it was. Cal was just born, and he is in his 30s. So it's a good 30 years ago, and I made this Jell-O cheesecake. We'd never had it. It's quite rich, and I ate it. I had never had a gallbladder attack in my life. Didn't know what was happening, but the fat in it, I guess, caused me to have a gallbladder attack, and I didn't know what was happening, so I went to the hospital. I said, I don't know if I have a heart attack or what, but I said, I can't stand up, I can't sit down, I can't lay down, I can't find a comfortable position. I said, it's just horrible. The pain is horrible. And so she said, we've seen this plenty of times. She says, we think that you probably have a gallbladder attack. And I said, I've never had gallstones before. Like, how would you just suddenly get one? Anyway, she said, let's go down and do an ultrasound. I had one gallstone. People can have tons of them in there. I had one gallstone but it was so large, it got stuck in the neck of the duodenum, or duodenum, or whatever it's called. But anyway, it got stuck there. And so they said, well, we have to take that out or blast it or something they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. Did a little incision with 3 little pokey things. And so I had to wait for the weekend to be over, and then I went in after that for my surgery. But they wouldn't let me go home. They left me in the hospital for that weekend. So the last time I ate this Jell-O cheesecake, I wound up in the hospital waiting for surgery to take out my gallbladder. 30 years later, I'm trying it again. I loved it. I'm going to enjoy it this time, but there's that little niggly thing that goes, what is going to do it to me this time? I know nothing is going to happen to me. I don't have any gallstones now. I don't have a gallbladder. So I'm safe to eat the cheesecake. But anyway, I don't know if I told you that last night. If I did, please excuse me, because honest to God, my mind is not right. It's scattered. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. I hope you all have a very happy Easter, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow.